go for about this far from the edge pieces, all the way along the edge, and then this filling goes really fast.
Okay.
Oh.
What are you doing right now?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Right now, I'm creating dry stack edge pieces along this edge towards the FPH house, Fisher Price house. So what we want to do is go a little bit deep so that we can put some gravel down, or even like a flat piece of rock. And then that creates a stable area for the edge piece to go in.
Nice.
That level is actually a little bit off because this is a little low, so I'm going to compensate by bringing it up a little bit, which means I start at the very bottom. Put some sand down, put that rock in, and then the idea is to kind of angle it down this way versus down this way, so that if any falling happens, like in the last video was mentioned, it falls inward towards the main structure, not away from it.
Cool.
Yeah. And what I like to do is I like to make this rock touch at least one more rock adjacent, if possible at 2 points if possible, but if it's only 1 point, that's okay, because actually it's touching this rock at another point. It just helps with the stabilization. I give it a little wobble test. It's a little wobbly, so I kind of wobble it towards stability, and then I stuff the under sections here with some sand, and boom, nice and stable. And then I like to put some gravel pieces like this in the filler area. Just
What kind of gravel pieces do you look for?
sharp gravel pieces versus round gravel pieces. Apparently the round ones move around like marbles, so yeah, that's what Paul says. So I'm gonna go with that. And what I like to do is I like to make this rock touch at least one more rock adjacent, if possible at 2 points if possible, but if it's only 1 point, that's okay, because actually it's touching this rock at another point. Thank you, Zeke. So the way I check the level is I have a long 2x4 here that fish is sitting on. It's kind of a reference point that goes all the way across to a spot that I know is set to level. And if at this length there's only like a 1/4 of an inch, maybe even up to a 1/2 inch of play or space, then it's pretty much okay. Obviously you want to get closer to the level as possible. And then I check the actual level and it's good. It's only high by like it's between the 2 bars, the 2 black bars.
Sweet.
Stick up for grabs.
So here's some random gravel.
Random gravel.
And then here's a little kitty to keep my feet warm. Those
Little
are nice.
kitty.
Those are nice to have. Hi there. Hi, fishes.
Fishes, you're gonna be famous.
No,
Things look like that. Their little toes are cold. I know.
that's a nice bit. Oh, this thing's sticking out. Might have to redo this guy.
Why is that?
It was sticking. I want to use this rock, but the depths are different, which means this is gonna be higher.
Okay.
And in general, I kind of strayed from my own practice of not going beyond the edge of the rock that I'm using or placing. Yeah. Also, in cases like this, it's fine to use gravel instead of actual rock to be the base.
So is this really a dry stack, or is that you're more just using that as gravel, right?
Right.
Okay.
So technically, it's not really a dry stack.
Okay.
We're just kind of adopting some of the principles, which is that gravel doesn't move as much as sand. So I'll put some sand there, more sand, put the gravel in. I don't know how it works, but it works. It just works. So stable. Such stability. And then in here I'll throw some gravel in too, because the sand likes to go through this along with the water or whatever. Just the flow of sand. Okay, so ready for the next piece. Oh, whatever you need, okay? Is it on? So, hi. There are the kittens in the kitty corner for the cat breaks that anyone may need to take at any point in the day. It's a good thing. So what I want to talk about right now, real quick, is a technique that I kind of developed while working on this patio. And this particular technique works well either on the edge or even in the middle sections. So what I do is I'll put a pile of sand down. I'll set down a rock that I want to place and level it. And then I'll pack in the sand around the edges so that I know the bottom is filled and doesn't have air pockets, or not too many at least. And then I lift this rock up after it's sort of set, and then I get an imprint of what the rock looks like on the bottom. What I do after that is I take a few of these flat pieces. I like to do three. Two at the front edge. And then kind of sink it in. And then I go one at the back edge. So it makes kind of a triangle. Makes 3 points of contact. 1, 2, and then 3. I'm gonna use this little one. And hopefully what that does is it gives us that level and stability at the same time.
Yes. Can you borrow you for just a minute?
Borrow me for a minute. Let me, can I set this?
Yeah.
Okay. And usually it works out a little better if I do the front first and then do the third one. So, case in point here, redoing the third one. All right.
So you're readjusting for the wobble?
For the wobble, yeah. Because you always want to do a wobble test like someone's stepping on it. I like this piece in particular because the whole edge is pretty much touching this other rock, which really adds to the stabilization. And then once that's done, you don't really have to pack the sand in because it's stable. And I can pretty much stand on it and it won't move. Isn't that cool? Yay! That's what's happening under my knees. If it was just sand, no gravel, it would be flopping around. All right, so good luck.
Oh my god, that's precious.
Don't you just only want to film the cats?
Just real quick, I'm working on the next rock here. I'm doing that same technique where I set it down under a pile of sand to, place it and stuff. Something interesting happened. The edge meets so nicely, and then this line right here is so beautifully matched. Unlike this jagged line where I might have to find a special rock or, I don't know, 2 or 3 rocks to try to fit it. Here, I don't have to worry about that. So that's something that happens every once in a while, either on the edge or wherever in the metal. And it's really cool to work with this kind of line as much as possible.
So the closer they fit together, the better because it's more stable.
The better because it's more stable and it's easier to work with.
Easier to work with.
Yeah.
And you don't trip over it as much.
Yes, we definitely want to keep this place a safe place and not trip over things. Thanks for listening.
Great. One more time? What was
I hope you got that.
We got it all.
Yes.
Please stop. Get out of my way.
Patio.
Oh, whatever you need, okay? Is it on? So, hi, welcome back. Just real quick.
Rock. Simple rock. Simple rock. Single barrel rock.
Just need to take more sand out and it'll be good.
That's amazing.
You got that on film. Yeah.
That's amazing.
That doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's like, oh. Yeah, it's a good feeling. I hope everyone gets a chance to experience it.
Happy tears.
No, it's just cold right now. Some dust in my eye.
Some dust in my eye.
There's some sand in my eye.
Alright, that's a cool
Wow, I mean
fit.
that's freaking amazing, man.
I didn't, yeah, what?
Let me get a close up of this fit.
Look at this.
Amazing.
Over.
Am I doing it?